Hey, what's going on YouTube? So it is Florida YGO movement, and this is our very first deck profile. We have top 8 placer, Mr.
Vincent Gillette, how's it going?
And he plays for the very first ARG Texas tournament at the, let's see, we got a Fort Worth, Texas right here.
Yeah.
And tell us, first off, did you have a good time at this event?
Yeah, it's probably the best event ever. Everything about it was amazing. Like, the room was huge, like there's space everywhere. Like, it was like literally the perfect event.
All right, now, what deck did you play at this event?
I played Dragunity Rulers.
And what was your standings?
I ended X1-1, and then I got to top 8.
How many rounds was there?
9 rounds of Swiss.
9 rounds of Swiss, and day 2 was
top 16.
Okay, so you had a loss and a draw. What did you draw with?
I drew with a Dragunity Dragon player. He slow played the entire time. Tried to get me on. He tried to shark me, and then the next round, at the end of the next round, he actually got disqualified.
Ouch.
Like, he was my 1 draw.
And what did you lose to?
Dalton Ballsman. He was playing Spellbooks.
Ooh. So I heard he basically flipped that one cute card on you. What was that?
Mystical Rift panel. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Alright, so let's get down to the deck list now.
Alright, we'll start with the Dragunity stuff first. Play lower, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Triple Dragunity Ducks. It's the combo card, so it gets the engine going. I know a lot of players actually were playing only 2 at the event, but there's no reason not to. You want to max out on it. You want to get as many level 8 plays as you can off. We have Triple Phalanx.
Oh, that's interesting right there.
Yeah, usually some players will only play 2, but I'm actually playing triple cards of consonants. I want to draw as much as I can. I want to get through my deck as much as possible. My side deck I only play 2 of, so I want to see as much of my side as I can. So I maxed out on cards of consonants, maxed out on 7-star swords, stuff like that. And by the fact, I had to max out on these.
Okay.
So we have 2 Dragunity Mistallion. Hoban, and everybody that copied Hoban's list was only playing 1. The thing about it is that, 1, it actually allows you to do more level 8 plays than just playing with Ducks. There's a combo that ends with Photon Strike Bouncer, a 2800 Redum, and a Stardust. It's exactly 8k. It's really good. You allows for a lot of OTKs with it, and just literally just in a grind game, going late game, it's amazing. It allows you to get access to more 8s.
Okay.
For Dragon Rulers, we have Triple Blaster. Along with Triple Blaster, I played 1 Flame Ball card, which you'll see. I want to Blaster effect as much as possible. Besides that, you know, it's just the biggest dragon. Like, you always summon it. You can summon it, put even more damage on board. Triple Tempest. We actually very rarely will summon this. Most times it's getting gold star code or 7-star sorted off to search either Mistallion or Phalanx, depending on what cards you need. If you do summon it, you end up dumping it off the ravine. And then the worst mistake of the deck, I was only playing 2 Redox.
Oh, only 2 Redox.
Yeah, I had little playtesting going into the event. Me and my friend built the deck, and he said, hey, you should only play 2. I was like, okay man, I'll try it out. I would 7-star swords it and draw it almost every time. I actually stopped 7-star swording it just because I felt like I would always draw it. I would definitely play 3, like, I would never play 2 again. 1 Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon.
Yeah, standard.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. I know like the Bolito brothers weren't playing it, but I mean it's really good. I was actually drawing it a lot, and by the end of the tournament, I actually don't mind drawing it anymore. Like, you draw it, like you banish, you know, you bring out Dragon Ruler, banish it for that, puts crazy damage on board, allows you to scrap Dragon Loop, like everything about it is amazing. Like, it should be played. The Win More card of the deck, Blackwing Zephyros the Elite. You need it for the 1 combo to end with the Bouncer Redum Stardust. It's pretty much the definition of a Win More card. I'll be cutting it. It really doesn't serve too much purpose. It only serves a purpose when you're in the lead. When you're behind, it's really bad. It's bad under Max D, so I would definitely be cutting it.
Okay.
And then 1 Flame Ball card. I really wanted a level 1 tuner, so I can go to level 8s, just all Dragon Rulers. Another Blaster discard to pop. It's really good. And it's also cards for consonant targets. So, all in all, it did really well the weekend. I had no problems with it.
So you got 4 cards of constant target, and you get 8 targets for swords. Okay.
Spells, Triple Dragon's Ravine.
Oh, the engine, the Rhoda, the everything.
Like, it's foolish Rhoda. Like you can't play without it. Like along with it, I was playing 2 terraformings. I was originally playing 3 terraformings, but they were clumping up too much, and I just decided it was a really easy card to cut. And then, especially because you're not always activating your ravine, especially now with the field spell war is going on, you're really holding it as much as you can. So playing the 5, I thought was really good. I didn't have a problem.
Okay.
Triple Sacred Sword. I mean, if you're playing the Dragon matchup or the Dragunity matchup, and you resolve this and your opponent doesn't, you're just putting the lead. Like, every single time, it's a +1, and it works really well too, because Ravine's actually a -1, and you just allow to keep your advantage going. Really stellar. There's really no problem with it. You should not be playing anything less than 3.
Alright.
Cards of Consonance. As I said, I really wanted to maximize on my draw power. I wanted to see my sideboard cards. You can play that too, it's perfectly fine at 2, especially if you only want to play 2 Phalanx and no level 1 tuner like Flame Belguard. But besides that, I would probably always be playing 3. I just love it.
Did you Consonance slide all the way?
A couple times. But I mean, most of the time, I would always hold it for a Phalanx, but if I couldn't get into a Phalanx, like if I had like a Ravine and I needed to search ducks, I would Cards of Consonance to Flame Belguard, and then if I draw the Phalanx, I would just pitch it for the Ravine. So my 2 1-offs was Book of Moon.
Basically a stopper and everything.
Yeah, I mean it's like the Dragunity matchup and just versus Dragunities versus Dragons in general. When they activate Max C, you need defensive cards, and you really want most of your defensive cards. You want to be really chainable. You know, you don't want to get if you get Crimson Locked, you'll lose next turn. Like, there's just nothing we can do. There's no defensive cards. And then Gold Sarko. I mean, it's
Rhoda.
Yeah, it's Rhoda and
Tempest add Phalanx.
Exactly.
Continue with the engine.
Yeah, it makes Phalanx the most searchable card in the deck, so there's no reason not to play it. There's a couple times I sided it out, and then anytime like I played versus Burn in top 8, and I kept it in. I sided and I searched for the Decree with it. And I won my game 2 off of it, so it's just a stellar card still.
Okay.
And for traps,
alright, when you do speed up a little more for that space on YouTube.
okay. It's a triple Reckless Greed. As much draw power as you can. Really standard. The tech that I was playing was double Wobbuco. I wanted a card that was completely chainable, allowed me to live through Crimson Bladers, allowed me to butt heads with Crimson Bladers. Like, the only thing I would cut is I might cut 1 for Castle of Dragon Souls going on, but for the event it was perfect. Every time I seen it, I knew I would win my set, because it literally will just win you games in time.
Alright, now one cool question.
Yeah.
Why Wobbuco over Threatening Roar though?
So you can butt heads with monsters.
That's the only reason for it?
Yeah. That's the only reason. It just allows you to butt heads. I mean, like, you can summon a Crimson Blader, attempt to move into battle phase, swing into a Blaster, flip it up, swing into a Colossal Fighter, flip it up, like...
Okay.
Yeah.
And it still triggers, if you have the Crimson Blade and you butt head, it still triggers the effect.
Yeah, it still triggers
the
effect. Colossal goes, even though he can special Colossal next turn, he can't swing into your Crimson Blader, because if he does, he can't special his Colossal.
Yep.
So, double Vanities. It was actually one of the weakest cards of the event. Like, the Vanity Wars aren't really, they're really rough, and, stuff like triple Regeki Breakers being mained in almost every Dragon deck that format. So you flip it up and have Stardust, and then they just flip up Regeki, target Stardust, and then you lose your Vanities, and those
yeah, either way.
Yeah, so it got sided out a lot. And then I had 2 one-off traps done. I really didn't know what I was playing going versus the event. A lot of people saying Evil Swarm is really big in Texas. I have no clue, so I decided to main it. It did really well, even game 1's, like I was catching Regeki breaks from Dragons, so it's definitely really worth it. And then, of course, the most powerful trap card in the game right now, Return. I only seen the card 2 times the event. One time I discarded it for Ravine, and the other time I already had a game on board. So I hear it's a really good card, though. You want to do side and extra also?
Yeah, we'll get a quick look at that side.
Yeah.
And that extra.
Alright, we'll go through the extra really quick. 1 Stardust, double Crimson, Strap Dragon, Colossal. Those are my level 8s. I wanted to play Thought Ruler, and I really regret not putting it in there. But besides that, like, I couldn't cut any of these. Like, double Crimson is amazing. I caught people all the time. They were only expecting 1 Crimson. Besides that, everything else is pretty standard. Level 6s, Triple Variana and Guider. Triple Variana, it's a combo card. You always go into it. Most people don't read the card and know that it has a second effect that doubles the attack. So I was OTKing through Max Seeds all the time with this card. This was another card that, if you get Max Seed, I would always go into this card, search my ducks, pitch another card, set Wobbuco, because they're going to kill my Ravine, and I'll have a ducks play for next turn. And, I mean, besides that, it can be cut, or you can keep it in. It's really just player preference for it. That's all the synchros. Rank 7s, we have Gaia Charger, Big Eye, and Draco Sack.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's all really standard. I really wish I played a second Draco Sack in the event. As I said, I really didn't feel like I had the room, but besides that, everything's really standard. You never make this with Dragon Rulers. You always overlay the Autumn for it, but, you know, like, it has to be there. I actually played a lot of rank 6s. I played Photon Strike Bouncer, M7, and Autumn.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm playing Double Medallion, you're able to make more of these. These two have really unique uses, but at the end of the event, I really realized I would only need to play one, and it'd probably be M7 would be the one I'm playing. But you just
to reuse certain cards like that to get that Ducks back again and continue again.
Yeah, and just like push through OTKs with this. It's really good. Besides that, like I definitely played one too many rank 6s. I really wish I cut one and played another rank 7 or a Thought Ruler throughout the event. But you know, and then that's just the basic combo for when you open one Medallion. Side deck was double max. I only brought it in versus the Mirror and Karakuri. I would bring it in maybe versus Infernity or something along those lines, but I never brought it in versus Dragon Rulers. It's just really to stop the Mirror. Double Virus. This was brought in versus Evil Storm, Dragunities, and Dragons. And I didn't bring it in versus Karakuri because I feel if Karakuri are going to go off, I'm going to lose that turn. I don't want to draw a Virus. I want to draw my Swift.
Okay.
This is really good, and I don't play Terminus, but I still bring it in for Evil Storm because you can take it, sack from a Stallion, and then go into your level 8.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was really stellar, stealing dragons, you know, making rank 7s, just steals games. Valor. I was originally sliding 2 Valor, but when we got there, Paul Cooper and a bunch of his friends were all sitting at a table, all playing Heretics. And I was really worried, I really wanted to play Swift. So I decided to cut the second Valor and add the Swift. I didn't play versus any Heretics, only Paul Cooper top. So, but I mean, I would have played him if I didn't put the Swift in.
Did you feel bad about not playing the Valor then? Or did it still work out normally?
I mean, there was a couple times, like, versus Dalton, which was the only spellbooks I lost to, I really felt like maybe I would have drawn that Valor and I would have been able to Valor the Temperance. But, you know, double MST. As I said, a lot of my side deck cards are only 2 ofs. So I felt I was drawing a lot. I don't want to draw too many MSTs. I only want to see, you know, one. I only want to hit that clutch card. The only card I did side triple of is XYZ Encore.
Oh, the card is too good.
Yeah, it's too good. Like,
have an answer for that Ophion.
It's stellar versus Constellars too.
Yeah, that Pallades.
Yeah, because Constellars is actually a really rough matchup because you can't do anything early on. So I would never cut it down to 2. It has to stay at 3. Double Decree. Good versus Evil Swarm, any backer heavy deck. It's good versus Burn. I didn't draw it game 3 and I lost. And then double anti-spell fragments.
Ooh.
I had no cards to side deck versus spellbooks. All I had was MSTs and Valors. I can't side DNA surgeries. There's nothing I could side. I found these. I wanted to try them out. I sided them in versus 2 of my spellbook matchups that I played in. I didn't draw it. They could be cut, but without more testing, I really wouldn't know.
Okay.
Alright, so thanks a lot for the deck profile.
No problem, and hopefully we see you at another event.
Yep.
And thank you. Now you guys, remember Florida YGO movement. We're going to be doing a lot more videos and hopefully get more of you guys. And for next event, we're planning on trying to go to the Ohio or the one in Massachusetts. Hopefully we get to see Mr. Vinny again for another top 8 accomplishment again. But thank you guys. Remember to like and subscribe.